Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Life Stories. My name is Trent, and as usual, I hope you guys are all doing awesome. We got some stories coming at you today from Reddit/entitledparents. So, without further ado, let's get this started. Our first story of the day is titled, EM and My 5-Star Review. This is a story I told in a comment a while back, and I decided to finally post it. I used to work in childcare for a while. I'll probably never do it again because of reasons like this. However, my respect will always lie with childcare workers for this reason. Mostly because I get it. Kudos to childcare workers. This takes place a couple years ago, so the details are a bit fuzzy. For context, there are 5 rooms in the church nursery I used to work at. Very self-explanatory, in my opinion. Room 1 was for the 1-year-olds, Room 2 for the 2-year-olds, Room 3 for the 3-year-olds, and, as I called it, Room .5 for the 3 to 11-month-olds. The 5th room was for moms who needed to privately breastfeed during church service and calm their little ones. I always thought it was a nice gesture. We usually had people working in rooms .5, 1, 2, and 3. The church I worked in always had military families coming in and out, as we were in a town that was near a base. I worked strictly with the 1-year-olds and younger. Strictly. That's important. My boss, bless her soul, wanted to keep things consistent among the kids, so the more frequent kids and kids with mental disabilities wouldn't get confused. One baby I would work with had an attachment to me. She was adorable, and I didn't mind the attachment on a good Sunday or Wednesday, but most of the time, it was busy, like the day this story took place. Our cast. Me is me, OP. CA, crazy a-hole. BS, crazy a-hole's brat's son. He really was a brat to work with, from what I heard. Angel, the baby who was attached to me. Italy, my partner at the time. I call her Italy because she always reminded me of Italy from Italia. The story is, I was with Angel in room .5 while Italy was bringing in other babies. She came in with another and told me that someone wanted to see me. Now, the nursery had a wall-like structure as an entrance to block it off. I'm glad, because it saves me. I take Angel with me and step out into the check-in area. Can I help you? Are you OP? Yes. Good. Here's Brat's son. She pushes him through the gate and towards me. Ma'am, how old is he? He's 3. Then I can't watch him. I work with 3 to 11-month-olds. I don't care. Watch him. I can't do that. I don't work with 3-year-olds. What part of I don't care do you not understand? Well, I can't just watch him. Angel jumps a little from her outburst and cries. Italy, can you take her? Okay, you know she'll cry. Yes, but it'll only be for a minute, I said. I look at the crazy a-hole in the eye. I don't work with 3-year-olds. I work with 3 to 11-month-olds. I can assure you that the workers in room 3 are absolutely astounding and would love to watch BS. Do they have good reviews? Good reviews? Are you deaf? I said, do they have good reviews? Yes, she dragged it out like that. I don't understand what you mean by good reviews. You have 5 stars. I asked, and many women said that you were absolutely amazing with babies, and I hope you'll treat my baby so good. Me, now irritated, I don't work with 3-year-olds. Look, brat, my husband is rank XXX. I can't remember what rank he actually was. And I'll make sure he gives you a verbal beating that will make you wish you were never hired. I raised an eyebrow at that. Just watch him, she said. I had enough and just took her son to room 3 and tried to make my way back to room .5. I could hear the crazy a-hole scream at me and try to come in. Sorry, ma'am, for the safety of the children, I can't let you come back here. I told you to watch my son. You have a 5-star review. I'm not a restaurant. I'm just a nursery worker. Italy calls out. OP, please hurry. Angel's freaking out. Look, ma'am, you can take this issue up with my boss when she comes back. I need to take care of kids. I know the pastor of this church. He'll make you watch BS. Oh, you know my dad? That's awesome. Nice to meet you. I'm his middle daughter. Her face went white and she left. I went and relieved Italy of Angel. Her husband did come and apologize profusely. Turns out they were a new military family who recently moved there, and Crazy A-hole asked other women who they would recommend to watch their baby. And they thought her son was an actual 3 to 11-month-old or 1-year-old. Her son was banned after a few months of terrorizing the other kids and workers. Well, I think it's good that OP stuck to their guns, but the more important thing here is that we have a follow-up story, written much more recently. So, the next story from the same uploader is titled, Another Tale from My Years in Healthcare. This is another story about the same EM in the story we just read. Please read for more clarity if you want. This EM, Crazy A-hole, is an obvious dependa and a total idiot. For the record, I went and searched up what dependa meant, and it's an insult directed at military wives. I dreaded when she would drop her demon crotch goblin off, and would often make a BS excuse to hide from her or be absent from the nursery. For example, coffee runs, print off coloring pages, get crayons out of a supply closet, etc. For some background, in the other story, the one linked above that we read before, I mentioned a baby that had attachment issues to me. This baby, I love her so much, is the daughter of another worker, who was off because she was recovering from a cold or something, which is important. Because of this, I had special permission, an aunt and godmother in her family unit, to take her with me on my escapades from the nursery to hide from CA, which was mostly coffee runs to the church coffee shop. 80% of the time, I would wear Angel, carry her around in a carrier, because she was not a light baby. And I need all hands for coffee runs. This took place a few months after the linked one, which was a few years ago, so again, the details are fuzzy. Our cast is me, OP, Italy, my partner, CA, Crazy A-hole, AM, Angel's mom, and Boss, the boss. On to the story. The day was like any other Sunday. I was keeping my eyes on the clock for the estimated time of arrival of Crazy A-hole. I already had Angel's carrier strapped around my hips, but not my shoulders, as I was taking coffee orders from the other workers, with Italy rambling in one of my ears about how today was going to be great. Alright, I'll be back with the orders. Yay! Here's Angel, Italy says. She helps her get situated in the carrier. I have no idea what happened while I was getting coffee, but from what I heard, not good. I came back too early, only to hear Crazy A-hole screaming about how OP is never here. Where is she? I see her and freeze in my footsteps. Italy shakes her head at me and gestures for me to go back. Sadly, she wasn't as subtle as she thought. Crazy A-hole turns around and sees me trying to power walk with a baby strapped to my front side and hands with drink trays full of fraps, hot and iced coffee. Hey, she says, get back here. In my head, I'm both cursing Italy, begging to any deity above for CA to be struck with lightning, and screaming all at once. I'm talking to you! Get back here! In my head, please no, please no, please not now, don't wake Angel. CA grabs my shoulder. Excuse me, where have you been the past Sundays? In my head, I plead the fifth, and then out loud, getting coffee for my coworkers? Are you kidnapping this thing? She points harshly to Angel. No, I have permission from her mom to carry her around like this. I'd also appreciate it if you didn't refer to her as a thing. I can call her whatever I want. Don't make me get my husband or the pastor. I think she forgot that the pastor is my dad. Do it then, I say. I think my fearlessness made her mad, so she grabbed at the carrier and pulled. I almost dropped the coffee, and Angel almost fell out of the carrier as CA loosened the straps. Let go, I said. She let go out of fear of my outburst. I never yell or raise my voice at mothers, especially military ones, because I try to be understanding. In this case, I even surprised myself. I only realized what I did when I heard Angel let out a cry. Oh, look what you did, said CA. You made her cry. I almost teared up, because in essence, I kind of did. I gave the trays of drinks to Italy, who took them and ran for Boss. Me, in what Italy said was the coldest tone I've ever spoken, why do you insist on chasing me and my services? I watch 3 to 11-month-olds and 1-year-olds. I want the best for my baby. He's 3. Still, no, he's not a baby. He's a small boy. She reached forward and pulled the carrier again and tried to grab at Angel. I wrapped my arm around her and the very loose carrier so she won't fall or be taken by a crazy a-hole. Boss and AM come a few minutes later. The boss went to get AM. "What's going on here?" said the boss. The CA, now talking over me, "This worker is attempting at kidnapping and refusing to care for my baby." "How old is your baby?" She knows it's a lie, but won't reveal it just yet. CA, saying proudly, "My baby is 36 months old." "So, 3. "Yes." OP only works with 3 to 11-month-olds and 1-year-olds. She does not work with 3-year-olds. Besides, he has only 1 warning left in the room for his bad behavior before he will not be able to return. AM chimes in. "And she's not kidnapping my daughter. She's Angel's aunt and godmother. I gave her permission to go to the coffee shop with Angel." "Expect a letter from my lawyer for what you did. Shamefully, your husband will get in trouble for it. He deserves better." Crazy a-hole starts screaming at them. I went into the .5 room, so I didn't hear the rest of the exchange. Italy was chattering away about which babies we'll take care of that service, the coffee drink she ordered, and about the chorus competition she will be in the next week. As the icing on the cake, Angel's mom did drag Crazy a-hole's butt to court. Let's say that the camera footage provided was not on CA's side. It also turns out that she and her husband are going through a divorce. I can't remember the other charges against her because Angel's mom didn't say. I do know, however, that her son was taken, as this was the last straw that broke the camel's back with CPS. Well, as with a lot of these stories, I can only hope that the kid is in better hands now. Because man, Crazy a-hole sounds like, well, a crazy a-hole. Anyways, guys, that's all the time we have for today's episode of Life Stories. As usual, I want to thank all of you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories we got coming at you. My name is Trent, and I hope to see you guys soon.